Welcome back to Pachter Factor, fellow babies. This is Michael Pachter of YouTube and Patreon fame. And if you're a YouTube subscriber or a Patreon subscriber, you know what I was talking about. If you are neither of those, then you're getting this a week late, unless you figured out a way to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. Pretty easy. There are instructions in this show description below. If you're getting it a week late, follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter, and I will continue to impart my wisdom to you, although you'll hear about it a week later than when I said it.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. Right now, Doug DeShazer has beautiful lots available adjacent to Koocanusa Lake in northwest Montana. Pull up your RV and access the hookups, or build your own construction. Either way, you have access to world-class fishing, hunting, boating, swimming, biking, hiking, and the internet. No matter where you're looking to buy, make Doug DeShazer your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643.
Today's question from YouTube from Nigel092. Considering Nintendo's consoles usually change completely in concept and design from the one to the next, do you think its next console will be another handheld console, hybrid, or something completely new? After the success of Switch, do you think Nintendo ever strays from its concept? Is there any upside in trying to break the mold again? Wow, good question. I don't know. I never know what Nintendo's going to do. I couldn't have guessed the Wii till I saw it. The Wii U didn't make sense to me at the time, and still doesn't, so I still don't get it. The Switch surprised me, and I love it. The Switch surprised me, and again, Shane makes fun of me for this, but I never used the console version. It's not even plugged into my TV. I play handheld only, and I do that more because I can play while my wife is watching TV, and I can be in the same room. And if she talks, I can just stop. And you can hit the pause button. So it's really easy to stop and not worry about it. I mean, if you bring up the food menu, it stops the game. So I boom, and whatever. Even if I'm in the middle of a battle, boom. Well, what's up? So I never would have guessed any of this stuff. I personally don't think the switch over concept from handheld to console is that big a deal, and I think they could be equally successful selling a handheld only, or a console only, or a model that does both and let the consumer have the option. Like I've always thought, the Switch Lite's that, but I've always thought that more people play handheld. What's the next one going to be? The rumors, which I believe, are PS4 graphics. So, but a handheld with PS4 graphics and an LED screen, that's awesome. OLED screen, that's awesome. So I think that's what you get. And, Shane and I have had this talk a bunch. Why would you buy a PS5 when you can buy a PS4 Pro and it looks just as good and it's pretty close? Nintendo's going to get there. So I think Nintendo's next console is probably more of the same. And I think about it I know that you're thinking consoles, but think about the handheld development. It went from the Game Boy model, Game Boy, to the Game Boy Advance to the DS. So the Game Boy Advance clamshell, DS put a screen on both halves. That really wasn't that big a switch over. And then the Switch went back to kind of the original Game Boy model with a really beautiful screen. I think these guys excel at handheld. The Wii, I think, was a very fortunate accident, and obviously the NES and the Super NES were great, but the Wii was a success because it was so weird. The Wii U was a failure because it was so weird. The Switch went back to what we understand. So forget the Switch over. The handheld Switch is just like playing a Game Boy. That's why I play on this, by the way, with great graphics. But I think the next one is a PS4 quality Switch. And it probably will be called Switch HD. Hey, let's go there. Just like Wii HD, which never came. I mean, I think it's easy to be, Switch 4K. Something like that, and they can run 4K. So Switch 4K would be a good name for it. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. They've held it close to the vest. I expect that it comes out next year. And to be honest with you, I think the main reason Nintendo's going to back E3 next year is because they want to launch their next console next year. And I think they want to show it at E3. So, and again, I personally like Pikmin. And when I'm done with Zelda, I'll probably download Pikmin. But Pikmin's the kind of game I'll play for 6 hours and then stop. But it's cute and fun. And I like Kirby, same thing, cute and fun. But my God, the cadence has been unbelievable. It's like
they've nailed this whole generation.
Yeah,
they've done everything right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think that's more leadership, that the guy running it just really has everybody lined up. Cost-wise, it's just easier to make it for one platform. And the thing is, you know, much like every console game comes out for PS4 and PS5, you know, they really are the same game. I mean, obviously the graphics are a little better. That you can do that for Switch and Switch HD or Switch and Switch 4K. So I expect that's what they're going to do. Makes sense. So I don't expect a big frame-breaking change, but I never would have predicted Wii, Wii U, or Switch, so I don't know. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We hope you are watching as a Patreon patron or as a YouTube subscriber. If you are, you're getting it real time. We also encourage you to link your Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime accounts. We get paid a couple bucks a month that costs you nothing, so please remember to do so and re-up it every time you watch. The instructions are in our show description below. If you're doing none of those things because you're too lame, have no money, or you just don't care, follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. You're too lame. If you're too lame to link your Prime account, you're too lame to follow me on Twitter, but I'll still be nice to you.